Welcome back, everyone, and thank you for joining us for another explosive episode that dives deep into the drama swirling around one of the most iconic players in Dallas Cowboys history. When it comes to passion, pride, and unfiltered emotion, few athletes have ever embodied the spirit of the star like Dez Bryant. And now, years after his departure from the Cowboys, Bryant has stirred the pot in a major way. This time, it's not about his on-field heroics or one-handed catches, it's about behind-the-scenes truths that he's threatening to bring to light. That's right, Dez Bryant is taking aim at the Dallas Cowboys organization and none other than Jerry Jones himself, and fans are absolutely stunned by the intensity of his latest statements. This developing saga could shake the very foundations of America's team, and today, we're breaking it all down. This isn't the first time Dez Bryant has voiced his frustrations, but the tone, timing, and content of his latest public comments have taken things to an entirely new level. In a series of emotional social media posts and interviews, Bryant has made it clear that he's sitting on what he calls damning information about the Cowboys organization. While he hasn't yet released the full extent of his claims, the hints he's dropping have fans, media, and even former players buzzing with speculation. What does Dez know? What secrets is he referring to? And most importantly, why now? These are the questions that loom large as the football world watches this drama unfold in real time. It all started with a cryptic tweet that quickly went viral. In it, Dez hinted that he had receipts and would no longer stay silent about the things he witnessed during his time with the Cowboys. He claimed that certain people in the organization had ruined careers and destroyed players' mental health, suggesting a culture of toxicity that may have been buried beneath the glitz and glamour of the franchise's brand. Within hours, Dez followed up with a video in which he, visibly emotional, accused the Cowboys of systemic mistreatment and favoritism. He didn't drop specific names just yet, but the underlying message was clear: the truth, as he saw it, was about to come out. The reaction was immediate. Cowboys fans were left in disbelief, wondering what could possibly have led to such a public declaration from a player who had once been the face of the franchise. Dez Bryant wasn't just any receiver, he was a three-time Pro Bowler, a man who left everything on the field and played with unmatched fire. For someone like Dez to make this kind of threat against the team that drafted him spoke volumes. And perhaps more significantly, it sparked a renewed conversation about Jerry Jones's role in how the team handles its players, both past and present. Jerry Jones, the longtime owner and general manager of the Cowboys, has long been known as one of the most powerful figures in the NFL. He's also one of the most polarizing. While he's credited with turning the Cowboys into a global brand and maintaining their relevance even during seasons of struggle, he's also been criticized for micromanaging, making personnel decisions based on loyalty rather than performance, and maintaining a culture where players often feel undervalued or discarded. Dez's comments seem to tap into all of those criticisms, painting a picture of an environment where players are only as good as their last highlight and discarded the moment they no longer serve the team's PR machine. But why now? Why is Dez Bryant coming forward with these threats in 2025, years after his departure from the team? According to some close to the situation, this isn't about vengeance, it's about justice. Dez has reportedly been in contact with several other former players, many of whom have echoed similar experiences. These conversations, combined with what Dez describes as a pattern of ongoing mistreatment and narrative manipulation by the Cowboys front office, may have pushed him over the edge. Some insiders suggest that Bryant is considering releasing a tell-all video series or even writing a book detailing his experiences and the darker side of life inside the Cowboys organization. As expected, the Cowboys organization has remained largely silent on the matter so far. There has been no official statement from Jerry Jones or any high-ranking team officials in response to Dez Bryant's claims. However, sources close to the team suggest that the front office is deeply concerned about what might come next. Not because they believe Dez lacks credibility, on the contrary, they know exactly how much he saw during his time in Dallas. From player meetings and private conversations with coaching staff to tense moments with ownership, Bryant was in the room for it all. If he decides to go public with everything he knows, it could result in an embarrassing and potentially damaging expose. Meanwhile, Dez's former teammates are watching closely. Some have publicly supported him, calling him brave for speaking out. Others have urged him to be careful and measured in how he proceeds, knowing that such revelations could lead to legal entanglements and possibly hurt relationships with current players and coaches. Yet, the overwhelming sentiment seems to be one of curiosity and anticipation because deep down, many believe there is some truth to what Dez is saying. In fact, this situation is part of a broader trend that's been sweeping across the NFL and professional sports in general. More and more athletes are finding their voice and choosing to speak out about the mental and emotional toll of being part of a billion-dollar business where performance is everything and human beings are often treated like disposable assets. Dez Bryant's threats to expose the Cowboys reflect this larger movement, a call for transparency, accountability, and above all, respect for the people who dedicate their lives to the game. For Cowboys fans, this is a moment of reckoning. The team is currently riding a wave of optimism heading into the new season, with training camp buzzing, young stars emerging, and playoff aspirations alive and well. But this looming cloud of controversy could become a major distraction if it escalates. Imagine the headlines during Week 1 if Dez drops a bombshell interview or video days before kickoff. The narrative could shift from football to dysfunction in an instant, and that's the last thing the Cowboys need in a season that's already being labeled Super Bowl or bust. There's also the legacy factor to consider. Dez Bryant isn't just another player, he's a Cowboys legend, the franchise leader in touchdown receptions, and a fan favorite whose highlights are still replayed in AT&TStadium. If a player of his stature is this disillusioned with the organization, what does that say to current stars like CeeDee Lamb or Micah Parsons? What does it say to potential free agents who are watching this unfold and questioning what it really means to wear the star on their helmet? And for Jerry Jones, the stakes are higher than ever. His legacy is already under scrutiny as he nears the twilight of his ownership era. While he's undoubtedly been a master marketer and showman, stories like this could tarnish his image if they suggest a pattern of disregard for player welfare. Jones has always been proud of the fact that the Cowboys are a family, but if Dez's claims gain traction, the public perception could shift dramatically from proud dynasty to dysfunctional empire. Right now, the ball is in Dez Bryant's court. He holds the cards, and the football world is watching closely. Will he follow through with his promise to expose the inner workings of the Cowboys organization? Will he name names and provide the evidence he claims to possess? Or will the team try to reconcile with him behind closed doors to prevent a scandal from erupting? Anything is possible, and that uncertainty is precisely what makes this story so captivating. What we do know is that Dez Bryant isn't bluffing. His passion, his frustration, and his emotional clarity are all signs that he's reached a breaking point. This is a man who gave his all to the Cowboys, and now feels betrayed by the very people he trusted. And whether you love him or not, his voice matters. His story matters. And if he decides to tell it, it could be one of the most impactful revelations in recent NFL history. So buckle up, because this is far from over. Dez Bryant has lit the match, and we're all just waiting to see if the fire spreads. If you're a Cowboys fan, a football lover, or someone who believes in accountability at the highest levels of professional sports, this is a story you need to follow. We'll be right here keeping you updated every step of the way as new developments emerge, statements are made, and possibly, secrets are revealed. Thanks for watching today's video. If you found this story compelling, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a major NFL update. We've got plenty more coming your way, and as always, we'll be here to break it down, give you the truth, and bring you the stories that matter most. Until next time, take care and stay tuned.